Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Friday, April 3rd, and it's almost 10 o'clock in my neck of the woods, so we will be starting momentarily. It is a rainy, cloudy day, raw, damp, cold, blah, 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 but it's opening day for the Red Sox, and it's supposed to get warmer, and the drizzle is supposed to stop, and so maybe the sun will come out this afternoon. So there you have it. We're just waiting. The Red Sox have had a little slow start, but that's okay. That's okay. We're opening up in Fenway Park this afternoon, and I feel very positive about the outcome. So as soon as it is 10 o'clock, we will officially start. And if you are there, please do pop on. And you know what? Share this video with your friends too, because the more people I have, and it is 10 o'clock. Well, officially, it's welcome to Stamping in Franklin, Massachusetts on this Friday, April 3rd. Can you even believe it's April 3rd? It is, and very soon, my pool will be open, so this is very exciting. Yeah, anyway, hey, Beth, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome aboard, my friend. Thank you so much for popping in. Okay, let us get started. Well, let me pull this over. Let me show you what I did in my newsletter this week. If you saw my newsletter, I did 2 cards. Actually, I was perusing the internet and I saw Susan Campfield, who's a very accomplished creative demonstrator, and she resurrected, or actually in my mind it was resurrection. I don't know if it was new to her or not, but this is a triple panel card, which we used to do a long time ago. This was one of the first cards, fun fold cards that I ever made when I first started Stampin' Up! A long time ago. But anyway, I saw that and I said, I'm going to copy that because I love it, I love it, I love it. And then this card is one of my favorites because it's easy, it's fun, it's a whimsical stamp set. So anyway, let's just get started. I think what we'll do, we'll start with this one right here. So let me move this out of the way. And let me bring all this in over here, what we need. And let me move this out of the way and bring this in. Yeah, I'm ready. Wait a minute. Whoops. Oh, I'm knocking things over. I don't mean to do that. All right, there we go. Okay, so first of all, let me show you this again. So as I said, this is a card that the template is an oldie but a goodie to me. But what Susan did was she took the Forever Florals stamp set and dies and used this beautiful filigree die to use as one of the layers. So I'm going to show you that in a minute. But then when you open it up, this is the wow factor. Look at that. When you open it up, it's got 3 panels. And these 2 panels are smaller than this one. This one's a little bit higher. I'm going to show you how to do that. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's a beautiful front. Wouldn't this absolutely make an absolutely gorgeous wedding card? I was thinking of that this morning. If we did this in white on white, but then emboss it in silver, you know, I might have to do that because I think that would be beautiful. All right, so let's get started. So I'm going to use a little different designer paper today. Actually, it's from the same container. It's called Unbounded Beauty. Beautiful colors. So we're first going to take the base, which we all know is the 8.5 by 5.5. It's already scored, and now I'm going to just crisp it up like this because we like nice crisp folds. And let's see, make sure it's perfect, and it is. All right, so the next thing was I took a piece of this Unbounded Beauty designer paper, and this was the Berry Burst and Balmy Blue coloration, and the back side has got the what is that one? I don't know what that could be. Cajun Craze, not Cajun Craze. I don't know. Maybe it's Darling Duckling. Wait a minute. It is, hold on. Hold please. It is, oh, Peach Pie. There we go. It's Peach Pie on the back. But anyway, so I'm going to bring in my little silicone pad. And the thing that's important about this is that I cut this to the exact size of the filigree, which actually is 4 inches by 5 3/8. 4 by 5 3/8, because I don't want to have anything showing like this. See that little extra piece right here? That would annoy me. So I want to make sure that it's nice and even and straight. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this filigree and I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to bring in my Tombow, and next week I am going to show you a really easy way, what I think is an easy way to apply Tombow glue, any kind of wet glue, to a surface that has a lot of tiny little spots like this. I saw it, somebody, I don't even know who it was, who displayed it, but it's using a pastry brush. And I have ordered pastry brushes from Amazon. They're coming today. I was hoping they'd be here before we started this morning, but they're not. That's all right. But anyway, I'll show you. Maybe some of you have seen it, but it's a really clever trick, and I bet it works really well. So, okay, so what you can see here is what I'm doing is I'm just adding little daubs. Now, normally, I don't like to touch the tip of my Tombow to my surface work area. But in this situation, because there are so many little flowers and leaves and little valleys that need to have a little bit of glue, I just want a little bit on, so I'm doing it. And I'll clean it off with a baby. I'll clean the tip off with a baby wipe later. Beth, how's Mom doing? I'm hoping she's improving and feeling better. It's pretty nasty when both of your legs are broken. All right, let's see. Do I have enough on here? I think so. Let me just double check. And you don't have to get it on every single spot. I mean, the perimeter is very important. So that's done. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece of designer paper and I'm going to put it on. And I'm just going to put it on just like this. Look at that. Perfect. And I'm going to tap with my fingers, just tap like that. There we go. And then look at that. How beautiful is that? It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. There is no overhang from that designer paper. And I just think that's a really important thing to do, to get it exactly the same size or just a tiny smither smaller. Hey, Colleen, thank you for subscribing. Are you coming on to say hello this morning too? I hope you are. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to show you on my sample, the card that I made. I did not put any Winky. However, I decided I'm going to put Winky on here because I made another card, and I'll show you that one after I get this finished. But what I'm going to do is I am going to wink all of these flowers very quickly because I think it gives it a little bit of extra pizzazz and pop. And this doesn't take long. You know, I'm just had a hard time finding you. Oh, I'm only on YouTube this morning. What's up with that? Oh, I'm glad you... Oh, that is really weird because it says I'm attached to both YouTube and Facebook. Thank you, Colleen, for letting me know. I will definitely figure that out. If it's not one thing, it's another thing. Oh, gosh. All right, so as I'm saying here, I'm just adding some Wink of Stella to the leaves. I might even do the frame. I don't know. We'll see. But this is quick because it just is going to give it a little bit of extra pizzazz. And then I'm going to do something else too. I bet you know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to tell you. You know exactly what I'm going to do. All right, there we go. Well, Colleen, thank you for popping on. And Beth, I'm so glad she's doing better. And you're going to see her soon. That's wonderful news. That is great. Give her an extra hug for me, okay? All right, so yes, I am going to do the frame. I'm going to do the frame part. Yep, why not? Because it just gives it a little bit of extra loveliness, I think. And then, okay, there we go. Perfect. And now you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to come in here with a little bit of glitter, just a little bit. My iridescent ice, which I absolutely love. I'm so glad I have a lot of this because I use it. I'm a glitter person, you know. There we go. See that? Can you see that? For some reason, this light is not giving me a lot of light this morning. Anyway, there we go. But you can't even see it. But let me tell you, in real life, this is really pretty. It just adds a little bit of pizzazz. All right, so while my Tombow is drying, I'm just going to set this aside. And now I'm going to bring in the mechanisms for this. Now, you have 3 pieces. Wait a minute, let me get this out here. And let me get this out here. Where's my piece? Okay. All right. You have three mechanisms. The first one is one that is, I have my little cheat sheet here. This is 6 inches by 3/4 of an inch. 6 inches by 3/4. This is the large one. And it's going to be scored at the 1 inch mark, the 4 inch mark, and the 5 inch mark. 1, 4, and 5. Okay. So there's that one. Then you need 2 of the smaller ones. These are 4.5 inches long by 3/4, and they are scored at 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 3.5 inches, and 4 inches. 1/2, 3.5, and 4, and you need 2 of them. All right, so you're going to take those and you're going to make a mountain fold on all 3 of these folds, just like this. And take the bone folder and make sure that you do a nice crisp fold on that, because you want this to be a very nice bracket that's going to hold up the little panels. All right, so there's that. And there's this one. Can you see I got glitter on my fingers? I'll have glitter on my body, and Jack will say to me, you got glitter on your cheek later on. Anyway, there we go. All right, so there's that one, and this one, and this one. All right, so now we have the 3 of them together. Now, we're going to bring in the base of our card. Here's the base of the card. Now, this is not rocket science, truly. So the first one I'm going to put in is going to be the large one, because what I'm going to do is I'm opening up the base of the card, and what I need to do is I need to find the, approximately, I need to find the middle of the card. So I'm going to turn it this way, and if it is of concern for you, what you can do is take a ruler and find where the halfway mark, which would be 2 3/4, which is right about here. Let me find that again, 2 3/4. So it's probably the 8 millimeter mark right there. And then what we're going to do is now we're going to put tear tape. And tear tape is the adhesive of choice for this, because we want to make sure that this thing sticks and stays stuck. Okay? So what we're going to do is this is going to come down like this. I'm going to show you how this is going to work. So this is going to come down like that to form the brace. Does that make sense to you? All right, so having said that, we're going to put the adhesive on here. And actually, I'm going to put 2 pieces like that. And then I'm going to pull this off and pull this off. I wonder what is going on with Facebook, for heaven's sakes. All right, now, here we go. I'm going to bring this back in, and I'm going to find that 8 millimeter mark right here. And I'm going to put that halfway between the 7 and the 9 right there, just right there. And it's right up to the score line, but not on the score line. All right, so there is that. Perfect. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put adhesive on just this panel right here. Again, tear tape. We're going to put 1 piece here and 1 piece here, like this. And then I'm just going to pull that tear tape off. Good morning, Caroline. Where are you? Are you in the plane? Caroline's on her way, I think. Are you on your way today to Ireland to see the little leprechauns? Anyway, okay, so there is the tear tape right there. Then I take this and I fold it flat like that. And now I'm going to bring this panel, this card, right back over like this and press, press, press. And when you open it up, look at that. You've got that little bridge. How clever is that? Easy. So then the next thing is I'm going to take the other 2 and I'm going to do the exact same thing. So this one is, these are the smaller ones. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of tape, tear tape, on here. Now I will show you, because this is only a 1/2 inch. This gets torn off, and then I'm going to take this piece off and then add another piece right up to that score line, because the tear tape is a little bit larger than 1/4 inch each. So I want to make sure that I get that whole thing covered with tear tape. Now I'm going to come back in, and I'm going to find, and you don't have to be real persnickety about this. You can just figure this out. I'm just going to put this in about halfway from this center brace to the edge of the card. So I'm going to put it in right there. Whoops, there we go, like that. Perfect. And then once again, I'm going to put adhesive on here. And don't worry, this happens a lot. Do not, oh, leaving Sunday. Oh, that's good. Are you all packed? I hope you're all packed. How exciting. Caroline's going to visit her auntie who is celebrating a very big birthday, and she's going to have lots of fun with her family and relatives and friends and everything. So that's wonderful that she's doing that, going to Ireland. All right. Make sure you send lots of pictures on Facebook, my friend. All right, so there. I've got the tear tape there, and I'm going to, again, do the exact same thing. I'm folding it down, and then I'm going to bring this down and press like that. And there's the second one. How easy is that? Now let's get the last one in. Here it is right here. And here is the tear tape. There's the first piece that goes on, and that goes off. Whoops. Sometimes when you tear tape, usually, to be honest here, what I do is when I put tear tape on, I'll take my bone folder and I'll burnish it in like that, because it really causes the adhesive side to stick well, and then you can pull the paper off very nicely. So I was just being lazy right then and there, but here we go. Now pull this off and take this one off. Let's see if I can get it off without burnishing it. There we go. All right, perfect again. And then I'm going to, again, bring this in to right here, about halfway. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, and make sure that is nice and secure. And then I'm going to put some on here. My hands are covered with glitter. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's fine, totally fine. All right, there's that and this piece right like that. Okay, these are the cards that we're going to be making next week, and it's very exciting. Okay, so now I'm going to fold this down and fold that down, and there's the adhesive, and just bring the card in like that. So there we go. There are the 3 panels. See how easy that is? Easy, easy, easy. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of corresponding designer paper, and I'm going to add it here. This is Berry Burst, and it's got some really pretty flowers on it. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to put this on. And I think I'm going to use some of this for an envelope flap too. I think it'll be really pretty as an envelope flap. So let me put this down like this, equidistant. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my panels. So for the outside of the card, I'm going to put this happy birthday message on. But for right now, we're going to deal with the inside. So the first inside piece is the one that's going to go on here. Now, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to add just a little bit of stamping, and I'm going to take I need my Pierce pad because this is a photopolymer stamp, and I'm going to take a stamp from another set. It's called Welcoming Window. It's just some really, really pretty flowers, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Berry Burst ink, and I'm going to ink it up, and then I'm going to stamp on my grid paper to get some of the ink off, and then I'm going to come in here and stamp right there. Isn't that just cute? Wait a minute, let me hold it up like that. Isn't that cute? Just a little tiny bit of flourish. And you know what? The same thing I'm going to do with the envelope. Although this time with the envelope, I will stamp it full strength like that. Perfect. That's just exactly what I wanted. All right. So let me take this, close that up, put the envelope over here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my card. Now, this could be considered tricky. I don't consider it tricky. What I'm going to do is I am going to take this panel, and you can see that it's sort of rectangular, but midway from each side there is a little bit of a point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my adhesive, and I'm going to put a strip of adhesive right on that angle from here to here, just one. All right, like that. Perfect. And then I'm going to bring this in here, And I am going to make sure that I get it on this panel, the middle panel, but I'm going to put it right in the middle like that. Perfect. And just make sure that I press it down firmly. There you go. All right, there's the first one. Now, with the other two panels, I did this morning, I said, you know what? I'm not so certain I want to use this same paper like this. So let's help me out here, folks. What I did was I cut two more of this paper. This is this corresponding pattern. And so I thought this might be nice if I do it like this to match the paper right there. What do you think? What do you think? That or this one? What do you think? Anybody? Anybody have an opinion here? I have to tell you that my feed is always a little bit slower. You might post a note, but I don't necessarily see it for 10 or 15 seconds. But anyway, there we go. All right, you know what? I think I'm going to use this. I think I'm going to use the floral pattern to match that. So let's take this out, and then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put a strip of adhesive right there. Then I'm going to bring my panel in, and I am going to put it on just like that. Perfect. That one. And then let's add this one. All right, then let's put this one on. And, oh yeah, I like this. There is a little, what's this little piece right here? I don't know what that is. Oh, that feels like glue. Huh, let's get that off. Let's be very careful though. Very careful, Barbara. We don't want to cause any damage here. It is a piece of adhesive, and it is coming off, because remember, there are no mistakes in Stampin' Up. I'm going to get this sucker off. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it is there, and I will get that off. I will get it off with, let's try it with an adhesive remover. Oh, look at that. You know what? It's great when you have tools that work. At first it looked busy, but I like it. Oh, good, Beth. And you know what? You can make it as busy or as simpler as you want it, depending on what you're going to use for paper. You know, there we go. Okay, I'm happy now. But see, all right, now let's take the panel, the front panel, and I'm going to add some adhesive to this. This is going on flat because the message, the happy birthday message, will go on with dimensionals. All right, so there we go, that. And then look at how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, I think it's so pretty. Look at that. Imagine the person who's getting this when they open it up and they see this beautiful card. All right, let's put that in just like that. East and west and north and south. I know Beth thinks that's funny. There we go. All right, there we go. And now here is the birthday message. And I am going to, once again, stamp the little floral pattern on here. Let me get my Pierce pad once again. We can move this out of the way. And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. Perfect. Oh, look what Barbara did. Look at that. Well, now I'm going to have to, whoops, wait a minute, you can't see. I smudged it with my finger. I must have had ink. So you know what? No, there are no mistakes here, folks. We're just going to come and fill that in. Look at that. You can't even tell. I just love it when I do these things and, you know, we figure it all out. All right, so then let me take this and add some dimensionals to this. Yep. See, I made a mistake on the other side. Not a mistake. It was a little tiny, tiny, tiny bit crooked. And so that would drive me crazy. So we absolutely can't have crookedness. So there we go, some dimensionals. And then I'm almost finished. I'm going to bring this in and I'm going to put this on like this. Oh, I think this is so pretty. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute, let me pull it over just a little bit more. Okay, there's that. Now, the last thing to do is to take some gems. And I think these gems are so pretty. They match beautifully. So I'm going to take a larger one and I'm going to put it right here like that. And then I'm going to put 2 small ones on either side. One there and one here. Whoops, there we go. Perfect. Now, what do you think? What do you think? Isn't that pretty? Oh, I just think it's so lovely. And with that shimmer, with the Wink of Stella, and then putting a little bit of iridescent ice on it. Look at that. And then when they open it up, isn't that pretty? Wishing you a little extra happiness just because you're you. I love it. I love it. Okay, so there's that one. And here's the one that I made and put on my newsletter, thinking of you a lot. And then I made one more. Of course, I took my favorite, one of my all-time favorites, daily expressions of happiness paper, and I made this one. Hello, friend. Sending smiles. I love it. Okay, so that's that. All right, now let's clear this off and get ready to do this one, the happy birthday one. This is so much fun and easy, easy. Love it. Thank you, Caroline. Okay, so I am going to use a different color combination. I used paper, Splash of Sparkles designer paper. Let me show you this first. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is 12 by 12 paper. It has a lot of vitality to it for me. Look at, there's one side and there's this beautiful timid tiger side, kind of like a Monet existence. Here's another piece. This has got pretty pink and timid tiger with gold. And there's the flip side of that. Look at how beautiful these colors are and these designs. And here's one with pretty of pink, silver, and balmy blue. And there is that beautiful pretty and pink background. Look at this one. Gorgeous grape, silver, and pretty and pink. And look at that. Ooh, these are one of my favorite. I'm a blue-green person. And this, look at the silver with the pretty and pink. I mean, this paper is absolutely stunning. It's just so festive. It's bright, it's cheery. And then this is the paper that I used today. This is the paper that I used. And the flip side of that is this. It's gorgeous. Anyway, so that's the paper. It's called Splash of, what's it called? Splash of something. Splash of Sparkles. There we go. All right. So I am going to use Timid Tiger. So let me bring all this in. Let me get this out of the way. Let me put this over here. So here is my base. Blah, 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 blah. We all know what the base is. 8.5 by 5.5. It's scored in 4 1/4. Or you could do the hot dog fold should you desire. It's absolutely fine. There we go. And this looks pretty good to me. Okay, so then the next thing I did was I cut a piece of Timid Tiger cardstock, and then I cut a panel of the Splashes of Sparkles, Splash of Sparkles designer paper. And so to that, I'm just going to add this in like this. And, you know, I could have used this side too. Look at how pretty that is. I mean, I could have done that. Actually, maybe I should do that. I don't know. Maybe we should do that. Yeah, why not? Let's use this side. Okay, so we're going to put some adhesive on this. Why not feature both panels? There we go. And I'm going to put this on like this. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is add this to the base of the card. There we go. And here is the base. And let's put this on like this. So pretty. It's just so it's so refreshing. Kind of reminds me of a nice ice cold lemonade or Ani Palma tea. Anybody know what Ani Palma tea is all about? I love Ani Palma tea. It's half lemonade and half iced tea. I'm so hooked on it. It's my drink of choice in the summer. Okay, so now for the inside of this. All right, you know what? Initially, I was going to put this on the inside like that, but I think I'm going to use the flip side, the Timid Tiger side, because that's really pretty. So let's add this in to the base. It's so nice that you have lots of options because we all have different opinions about things. So it's nice when you can pick something that appeals to you. All right, now let me trim this off. Trim this little edge off right here. This little tiny edge. Okay, now we're going to get to the stamping. First of all, let me show you the stamp set. This is so much fun. It's called Layered Thoughts. And it's got 4 different bold messages. Love, happy birthday, thank, and thinking. And then it's got 2 of and you. So you can do whatever combination you want. So on this one, I decided to do another birthday. And I already stamped it in the Timid Tiger. And then I cut it out with the textured notes, one of the textured notes, dies, and then I use the larger one to cut this out to mat it like this. However, I'm wondering if on this one we should just do this. What do you think? Should we put it on that way, or should we put it on with the panel like this on dimensionals? Maybe with the panel. Yes? Anybody out there? I know it's a little delayed in my responses here. I think maybe we'll do it with the panel. I do like the panel because I love this little the die cut, both from the smaller one and the larger one. I think it's really cute. All right, so let's do that. All right, so let me add some adhesive to this. This is a wicked fun, easy stamp set to use. I mean, you can see what you can do with it. The only thing it doesn't have is sympathy, but I wouldn't want sympathy in this font. It would not be appropriate in my opinion. But I think for everything else, it's perfect. All right, there is that. Then let's add some dimensionals to this. And whoops, got 2 of them stuck here. There we go. With the panel. Thank you, Caroline. Yeah, I agree. I think the panel adds a little bit of extra pizzazz. There's that. And there's this. Get these little pieces of paper off. And let me bring this in and put this on like this. Yeah, this is cute. This is really cute. Very cute. All right, like that. Adorable, adorbs. Now, what I'm going to do is stamp the inside because I didn't stamp the inside. So let's get this. I probably should have stamped the inside first, but it's okay, not to worry. There are no mistakes in Stampin' Up, none. None. In my 20 some odd years doing this, I haven't found one yet. Nope, maybe we've had a little persnickety issue every once in a while, but thank you, Beth. Yep, but we always know how to fix it. There we go. Perfect. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. There we go. And then I'm going to do something that you're going to be not surprised at, but I'm going to take my Winky and I'm going to color the letters. Just the letters, because this is going to give it a little bit of pizzazz too. And you know how much I love Winky. And wait till you see what we have in the new catalog coming out. By the way, the catalog, if you've been with me for a while, you're going to get a catalog in the mail from me. Well, Stampin' Up is mailing it. I pay for Stampin' Up to mail them. And if you're not, if you're new to me and if you need a catalog, please let me know and I will be more than happy to send you one. But you do need to give me your snail mail address. There we go. Look at that. See, just adding that little bit of Winky to the letters just makes it pop a little bit more. Like that. Okay. There's that. I know for some reason, I don't know, I think I have all my lights on. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, all right, there's that. Now, one more thing I need to do. I decided to put in some gems, and I don't even know where these are from, but I think they're stinking cute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these, and I'm going to put one here like that, and then I'm going to put another one maybe over here in this corner. And we have to have 3 because you know how I am. I don't know why, but in the art world you have to have 3. We don't always have to have 3, but there is that. How stinking cute is that? What do you think? Easy, easy, easy. Happy birthday to you. It's just easy. So much fun. And I will put, and I probably will take a panel of the same color designer paper and put it as an envelope flap. But I think, yeah, I think that'll be cute. But how easy and fast is this? This is a great stamp set. It's just a perfect stamp set to have to make very fast cards. And you don't have to be fancy. You can have it plain. You don't have to, like these 2 layers I cut out. I didn't die cut them. I only die cut this one and this one. But I think it's just really cute. You could use whatever colors you want. Pick it up, make it your own. It's beautiful. We could even put a bow on it if we wanted. Could we put a bow on? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think the bow would work. No. Okay. All right. So that's it for this week, my friends. So let me show you again. And next week I'm going to use a compilation of these colors from the Splash of Sparkles DSP. So I've got Timid Tiger here. I've got Azure Afternoon here. We'll do other combinations as well. Plus, we will do these cards as well. This beautiful panel card. This one and this one. You can make whatever you want. I'll have lots of different options for you. So that is it. But now, let me just remind you that with the advent of the new catalog coming out next month, there is going to be a price increase with a number of things. So in my newsletter, you saw what the price increases were and will be. So if you need to stock up on things now and pay the current price, now's the time to do that. Okay, excellent cards. Hey, Debbie, thank you. Hey, Deb, I have a question. Did you get on Facebook or YouTube? Because Caroline, Colleen said that she that YouTube wasn't, Facebook wasn't working. So I'm just curious. So that's the other thing. And then the other thing is, if you are celebrating Easter this weekend, I hope you all have a blessed time with your family and friends. And if you don't celebrate Easter, I hope it's a lovely weekend for you. Anyway, all right, my friends, I will see you next Friday, Stampin' in Franklin at 10 a.m. I hope you have a great rest of the week and weekend, and I'll see you very, very soon. Thanks for dropping on.